And welcome back. Another day, another read. And I'm back in Texas. So let's get straight to your reading. The first card that I pull is a Hierophant. It's in reverse. And what I'm seeing is that you are challenging authority and also old structures. I'm seeing because these structures have been dimming down your light, your creativity, your freedom, also your inner child. And what Spirit's like right now recommending you is to take some time to yourself and recuperate. I'm picking up like there could have been some chaos because you've been challenging authority and traditions. That it creates like a mental toll or an emotional toll on your body and on yourself and on your spirit. And the divine is just saying like take some time to yourself. This is what you're needing right now. Now let's see what else they want you to know. Trusting the fact that I kept trying to shuffle it because I was just like, what kind of energy are we picking up today? Okay, Spirit Guide, Science good. Is there anything else in regards to the situation or more clarity? So this could be in regards to like a sibling kind of dynamic. More so like the dynamic with siblings and your family's lineage. How did they work? How do they operate? How were they integrated? And I'm seeing because you have been challenging these traditions, these norms, and your family dynamic, especially in regards to when it came to like shining your light, being your own inner child. Spirit's like here is showing me like it's because you are integrating your new self. And that will create a ripple effect whenever you're doing that. Yeah, and they're letting you know that you're a lucky duck regardless. You have angelic support. Just because you're experiencing this upheaval, these challenges, these circumstances, and just because you're needing to take some like a break and time to yourself, it doesn't mean that you're in a bad position. It just means you just gotta recharge. Yes, because we got the Death card here. What ends makes room for what's meant. So there is like an ending happening here, especially when it comes to traditions and these values that were implemented from years on, from generations to lineages, even in karmic dynamics when it comes to like the family. Like you are ending this. You're starting to question it and challenge it and wonder who implemented this and why did they think it was okay. And it's like you're revealing truths here. And because you're revealing these truths, like it's bringing uncomfortability up in the air. And it's making you feel like kind of like you're wanting to doubt yourself in a sense because nobody has ever questioned it. Nobody has ever challenged it. So it is an uncomfortable position to be in. But at the same time, Spirit is wanting you to trust yourself because you are entering into this new version of yourself that wants better for you, for your lineage, for your family, for the family that you're going to create in the future. You have to end this kind of karma, these kind of habits and patterns. And Spirit's like also guiding you to like cleanse your aura. Like you've been carrying a lot of energies. Energies are not even yours. So you might have been feeling a little bit drained, maybe a little bit moody. But this is not your energy. You're just picking up like on the energy that's around you. And I'm seeing that you're moving on. You're moving on to better things that are better suited for you and better in alignment for you. I'm seeing probably a better environment, to be honest with you, because the environment that you're in is not, pouring into you in the sense where it helps you blossom. It's actually a little bit detrimental. Where it's not like what is best in residence in this stage in life where you're in. What else? I'm seeing the sun being very significant here. So like just take yourself out to get the sun. The sun does very well. It can help you, regulate your DNA. I also get like that somehow, don't quote me on this, like the sun just gives you like downloads. You're probably someone that is meant to be out in the sun. Believe it or not, you benefit a lot by being out in the sun. Being too long in the dark really does affect to a certain degree. You need the balance of both. When I said that, I started feeling this in my heart chakra. So you needed to hear this just as much as I needed to hear it. And it's true because like whenever I was in Mexico, like I was just out in the sun, like I just loved it. It was hot, I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, it was like whenever it was like in the sunrise in the morning, when it was like cool and fresh, I was just like, I feel like $1,000,000 here. It feels nice. It feels nice. So I'm seeing that individual that might have black hair could be very significant here, or you might have black hair. Seeing friendship being very significant here. What about this? So you might be having vivid dreams about a friendship? Or about this individual? Or this individual is having vivid dreams about you. That's interesting. Yeah. They could be part of the same community as you, or you might be meeting them through your community. I feel like there's like a specific lesson here to come through with this individual. It's like I keep getting the sensation like an awakening, an aha moment, an epiphany. And I keep hearing integration. There's an integration going on. And then I'm also hearing intervention. Yeah. Seeing like there's some grief going on here. And this could be you like grieving like this old version of yourself, like this old reality, like this old way of thinking and living, especially when it came to these traditions that you thought were once normal, and then you finally recognized eventually one day you're like, this is not working out. This is actually toxic. This can't keep happening. And you can see how messy it can get whenever it's not addressed and when it's normalized. And you know, something that I was recognizing as I was like traveling is family will enable you. They will normalize certain behaviors because it's so normal, even if whenever they deem it as healthy. Like, and this is the part where it's like you have to really separate yourself sometimes from your own family, from like the common like friend groups and social groups that you're in, because you're not going to be able to see when you're being enabled. And that is something that I was like recognizing. I was traveling, like it was like already in the back of my mind. Like I already kind of knew this, but it's different whenever you're put into certain dynamics and situations and you're actually like experiencing it through and through and seeing like, okay, so it'd be your own family that will be your own worst enemy because they're enabling your bad behavior, because they're thinking it's normal, it's nothing bad. But in all actuality, it is holding you back and ruining the rest of your connections and relationships with people. And so it had me reflecting very deeply on it. And so now I'm seeing like this is a whole other like reflection part where it's like you're breaking free from these old traditions, these old norms that comes like from your own family or even communities that is no longer serving you. It's enablement. And we're not going to be enablers here. We're going to hold each other accountable. And with accountability, there's harsh truths that you're going to have to take for yourself. And I feel like I just stumble on my words. So bear with me. I think we're still in the Mercury shadow period. Is there anything else? Sorrow. So there's still a lot of grieving. Maybe like in the background, they're still feeling like there's still like stuff that you're processing slowly but surely. But it doesn't demean that you're not growing and evolving as an individual. It's just, it's part of life. It's okay to feel those emotions. It's okay to feel this. Just don't make it your daily habit of, yeah, I'm going to feel like shit today. Every fucking single day. Like, no, we're not doing that. Yeah, and you're also recognizing the importance of boundaries. Boundaries are your protectors. Boundaries is very good. It will prevent you from a lot of messiness. Seriously, boundaries. Boundaries will be a big thing here, especially as you're breaking these authorities, like ways of living, way of being, way of behaving. Like your boundaries are really going to benefit you here. Believe it or not. Because I am picking up like there might be a storm coming in. And you are going to need those boundaries to protect you from specific individuals that, may not have the best intentions towards you. And at the same time, it's also as preventative care. Boundaries will also help you prevent from the messiness to ever happen in the first place. Now, whoever reacts negatively towards your boundaries is not meant to be in your circle at all. At all. And I shit you not, those individuals that test your boundaries is because they're testing to see how far are you going to let them go with their behavior. Keep having those boundaries, especially when it's like very ingrained in them. When it comes to like these norms and traditions or ways of being, you're going to get challenged. So like beware of that already. Yeah, because you're healing your wounds. Like you are healing your lineage. You're not going to be living in the past. You're not going to be accommodating to this thing no more. You're just onto better and greater things. You recognize, you know what? I see the root of the problem and I'm going to rip this away and do better for myself. And I'm seeing like this is helping you recognize what you actually value in life. I'm seeing in regards to when it comes to your self-worth, your values, especially when it comes to home, your finances, structure, safety, money, and income. This is teaching you how much more worthy you are of a greater, better life and not to be settling for less. This is a whole grand lesson as to like Taurus energy and second house energy. You're like, you know what? F this. F this, I'm on to better and greater things. We're gonna elevate ourselves. Yeah. Because I'm seeing in the past, like there was a lot of ego driven, a lot of ego in the way. And that's where it's going to require you to be transparent with your own self too. Because, you know, you wouldn't be seeing these situations if you didn't have this within your own self at some point in your life. Doesn't mean you might have it right now, but it also may require you to acknowledge where you had your own doing. And this is why Spirit's like asking you just to ground yourself. Like grounding yourself is really going to benefit you in the long term because you're going to be able to take slow and easy steps where it's very intentional and not be rushed. Probably in the past, like you were very rushed when it came to this stuff and it ended up collapsing your structure and your foundations, even your sense of self-worth, because it wasn't built on like a strong foundation where it was very intentional. And now you're on like the building blocks, building slowly but surely, but knowing that, you know, this is where I'm leading, this is the way that I'm going to go, and this is going to be long lasting, and it's got to be healthy for me and for those around me. And then we got the sun again, but this time it's upright. You are the light, let yourself shine. So in this moment, allow yourself to shine, be fearlessly yourself, don't let anything else get in the way. Don't let these individuals make you think otherwise of yourself or their opinions and ways of viewing the world like be your own reality. You have your own reality, your own bubble, your own way of looking at things. Just, you know, hold yourself accountable where you do go wrong and just be you at the end of the day, because there's no one else but you to decide for you. And this is where you're going to be finding your resolutions. You just stepping into your own light and you being yourself. In the sense where it's not destructive or chaotic. And this is where it's all going to be reflective. And when it comes to your approach to life, your mannerism, your personality, even your physical appearance, it's all going to reflect outwardly. Because you're starting to evaluate how much self-worth, how much self-love you're going to be investing into yourself. So it's going to all show in your appearance how well taken care of you are. Seeing Aries and first house placements being very significant here. Or even look into your first house. Look at what you need or what you need to be implementing when it comes to your appearance or your mannerisms. As well, look into your second house when it comes to your values. Like that's going to show you a lot more about what you need in your life. What do you deem of value? Also, look wherever you have Taurus in your chart. It's going to show you where, like, you know, you like to take things like slowly, what you feel actually comfortable with. And I would also suggest looking at the shadow aspects of it, so that way it can teach you like how can it actually show up in a negative manner and also in a positive way. So that way you can be aware of and fix the issue. Yes, and by you doing so, you're going to be having a whole self-discovery within your own self. And it's reminding me of like my little like business cards where it talks about like self-discovery is the best discovery. And this is like very much a big revelation about yourself as an individual, especially because you're integrating yourself. If this reading resonates, it resonates. And if it doesn't, leave it out the window. Do not force it. Yeah. Other than that, I hope you